Good evening and welcome to this week's Strawberry Patch. I'm Carol Long, and with me this evening is one of our past presidents, Sandra Bennett, and we'll talk in just a minute. But I always like to give a plug to our sponsor because we could not do these Strawberry Patches without our sponsor, and this week it's Tennerton Auto again. They've been with us for several years, and they are located right here in Tennerton. Mr. and Mrs. Jeffries have Tennerton Auto, and they can take care of your car with various things that go wrong. You can have them repair it. You can have your car inspected, and you can also have your car towed if you have a problem. So remember to think of Tennerton Auto when you are looking about having your car repaired or worked on or inspected. And again, they are right here in Tennerton, and we thank Tennerton Auto for being one of our sponsors for the Strawberry Patch. The West Virginia Strawberry Festival is getting closer every day. Isn't it, Sandra?
Sure is.
Sandra Bennett has come back to help us this year with the 75th. She's the director of our Grand Feature Parade, and my goodness, I'm excited. It's going to be a doozy.
I think so. I think it'll be one of the nicer ones we've had for several years. We're doing, since the Grand Feature Parade this year is on Armed Forces Day, the first division will be dedicated totally to the Armed Forces, and we have several exciting things going on in that division, and it'll probably be 30 units or more, so that is really a good draw, I think, this year.
We have all kinds of antique Jeeps. And we have a lot of military groups that are going to participate.
Yes, we have the 249th Army Band out of Fairmont. We have a couple groups from Virginia. We have a World War II veteran that was at the Battle of the Bulge. He's only one of the two from West Virginia that's surviving.
Well, he's Medal of Honor winner.
Winner, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wetzel Sanders, that's his name. And then we have Jessica Lynch, who was a POW, is coming in Iraq, and she's coming back this year.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're also getting our group out of Virginia again.
Yes.
Is it an ROTC?
Okay. Yes, and then we're getting a couple of in-state ROTC groups. We have a couple military drill teams from the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard, no, Army maybe. I've been working on them, and I've got so many things in my head. But I think it'll turn out to be very good. We have military jeeps and stuff from the Vietnam War and from World War II. We have some other equipment and stuff that they're going to bring and show this year. So I think it'll be really good.
I think with this being Armed Forces Day, it used to be called Armistice Day.
Yes.
And this is a special day, and we can include this in our 75th. And, 75 years, and there were wars during that period of time. In fact, that's the only time that the Strawberry Festival was not held.
Right.
Was during World War II. So if you happen to be going back and you don't figure out the year with how many years we are, from 1942 was the last festival before World War II, and it stopped and came back in 1949. So we've been trying to keep this festival going. It was a Central Strawberry Festival from 1936 until 1958, and then in 59 it became the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, and that's what we are still called.
Yes. And it involves the whole state of West Virginia because we try to include groups from all over the state of West Virginia. And this year also we have a total of in-state and out-of-state bands and musical groups. We have like 21 different groups coming this year.
That's awesome.
So we're really pleased with that. So now we're just waiting for everybody to get their applications in. And
don't we have one from out of the country? Well, two from out of the country.
Two from out of the country. We have one. The Calgary Fiddlers are coming back from Canada, and then we have a group from Bermuda that's coming up.
Bermuda or Bahamas? Both, maybe?
Well, they're working on Bermuda, too, and Bahamas is already committed.
So we might have two more.
So Lee's been talking about to them. So we'll see what happens with that. If not this year, possibly next.
That'd be great. There's several things that I wanted to share with you today, and then Sandra and I'll talk a little bit more. We've got some contests that are going on. I think in the paper tomorrow they're going to take some pictures for the record Delta and maybe the Intermountain. There'll be pictures taken. A while back you heard me talk about our membership campaign. That membership campaign is underway now. For $25 you can become a member of the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, and your membership goes until the last of December of this year, and then you'll be sent a notice that your dues are up for redoing them for next year. And we are going to have a nice gift that we're giving away. So if you buy a ticket, the tickets are a little bit like this. One end is a stub, and the stub, you want to be sure you leave that with the person you purchase your ticket off of, because it will go into a drawing, and the drawing is going to be a 60-inch television.
Yes.
So this has been donated by Walmart, and we're excited about that. It's a Vizio, and it's a really nice addition that they have. A lot of special features on it. It will be a 60-inch television, and that will be drawn, and some lucky winner will get it the week of the festival. So that's one thing. Also want to mention your sister Melody. She also does Friends of the Festival, and that's another way you can participate in helping raise dollars to fund all of these events that we're doing. And she has Friends of the Festival, and you can start with $25 there and become a member, or you can spend as much as $5,000 if you want to.
Right.
She has various tiers, and those will be listed in our festival program. Various tiers of who's a red strawberry and a platinum berry and a gold berry.
Yes.
A silver berry maybe too. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
So. Yeah. She has several different
So
plateaus.
those are two ways that you can do it. If you're interested in becoming a member of Melody's group, she's at the development office on Main Street, and you can stop in there and she will take care of you. If you want to become a member for $25 and you'd like to sign the big red strawberry that we have at the chamber office, you can stop in there, buy your ticket for $25 and sign your name, and that'll be shown during the festival. We have a couple other things that we want to share with you. Just in about a week, we're going to start our strawberry hat competition. That begins April the 1st and runs till May the 2nd. You buy a hat. It's a straw hat. Some of them are floppy, and some of them have a black band around them that you can change to however you want it. You will purchase a hat for $10, and you will also draw out of a hat maybe, or out of a box or something, one of the past festival themes that we've had. And you need to decorate your hat based on that theme. And we will have several different winners: best use of strawberries, best theme, best overall, most unique. So there's going to be several things. If you're interested in doing a hat, you might give me a call at 304-472-2191, and we'll get you a hat, and you can start decorating it the way you want to. They will be on display at the Arts and Crafts at the college. There will be some special things given to the winners, and there'll also be some rosettes for the King and Queen's Choice, the Teen's Choice, and the President's Choice. So there's going to be several ways you can win in that. Also, we're going to be painting strawberries on your driveway or on your walk if you wish to have that done. Charlene Eubank is our president. She's a very good artist,
Yes.
and she has committed to doing these strawberries. We already have a few orders, and I believe it's $15 if you'd like to have a strawberry, one or two or three, however many you want. We'll have them painted on your sidewalk or on your driveway, and that'll start pretty soon now that the weather is breaking. So if you're interested in having a strawberry painted on your lawn, not your lawn, but your driveway or your walk, you can call 304-472-9036, and that'll give you information as to how to get that done. So those are a few of the things that we're going to be doing, and we also have some competitions. We have Strawberry Idol. If you are interested in some of these, for example, if you have something you want to put in the parade, are you
Yes.
still taking applications?
Yes, I'll take applications. Applications are due April the 1st because we're trying to put the lineup this year into the program book so that when you get the program book, you'll have a lineup and you don't have to go back somewhere
We're
to
hoping.
pick one up. Yes, and we're hoping that all comes together. There's several applications that are still out that I'm expecting in and they haven't came yet. So if you are one of those and you have an application, please make sure it gets in by April the 1st.
And if you're not sure if you have something that is allowed in the parade, if you call that 304-472-9036 and address it to Sandra Bennett, she will get that call and your name and phone number, and will give you a call back. So we are taking applications on the parade. We're taking applications on Strawberry Idol. That will be on Thursday and Friday and Saturday night of Festival Week, and that's at the courthouse. Deborah Wilson is in charge of that. It costs $25 to enter. The first night, and I'm not sure yet how she's doing this, but the first night will be someone that maybe has never won. They're trying to bring back, since this is the 11th year, they're bringing back all 10-year winners in the youth and the adult, and they will be competing on Friday and Saturday night. So the applications for parade, for some of these other things like Strawberry Idol, is on our new website. And I haven't been on it. Have you been
Yes,
on it yet?
I have. And
So
it's
it's
very
up
nice.
and it's up and running.
It's running. Yes,
and that's www.wvstrawberryfestival.com. And you can pull your applications off of that. You can go in and find pictures of the festival. You can find out information on some of the things that are going on. Soon we'll have probably the schedule of events on there. We're not quite firmed up on that yet. But those are some of the things you can do. We're also accepting courthouse entertainment. We don't have a fee for that, and we don't pay you anything, but it's a good way to be showcased with your talent. And so if you're interested in entertaining at the courthouse during Festival Week, if you'll give me a call, 304-472-2191, we'll get you on the schedule. And the same thing with open case performances. That's on May the 14th. Down on Main Street, we have where the flower planters are. We'll have entertainers there because there's usually some kind of an electrical system that can hook up your mic. So we do 11 to 1:30 and 1:30 to 4:30. If you're interested in that, you can give me a call. We have several places that are still open to do the open case performances. And if you sing and play a guitar, if you have a group and you'd like to entertain, we'd love to have you. We'll also have CEOs. Those clubs will be coming out on May the 14th, and they will be doing all kinds of arts and crafts and food sales on Main Street. And we have some special things. Are you familiar with what's going on the 14th?
I know part of it, but it's Coronation weekend. We've changed it till the first weekend this year because it's the 75th, and
Right.
we're making it a whole week. So Coronation will be on Saturday afternoon at the college as usual, and it'll be at 1:30. Pre-coronation starts at 1, and I think that's going to be old video and pictures from past festivals.
Well, now that
it's gonna
time
be
could
shown.
change because I was told it starts at 1:30, the video,
Oh,
and
I
the
don't know.
coronation's at 2.
I thought it was
But
1 and 1:30, but what
that would be fine.
It's
If
in that area.
You could come
just
at 1. We'd
that's
let
right.
you in.
And then following coronation, there's a reception at the French Sea Dining Hall for the Queen and King and the Teen Queen, and for all past royalty that happened to be in town for the weekend. And then immediately following it will be the horse and carriage show.
Horse and Carriage Parade starts at 5 o'clock down Strawberry Lane. And I'm going to back up there just a second on that reception. Do you know if it's been moved to French Sea? Because we were told we'd have to use the social hall.
Oh, no, I don't know for sure. Everything I had on it was at French Sea.
Okay, that started out. Then we found out there's all kinds of things from the school that's going to be there. From the
okay.
high school, it's graduation weekend, or I think it's graduation weekend. Maybe that's changed, but we'll give you that information as we get closer to the festival. But there is a nice reception. You get to come and have a few bites of some good foods to eat. And to meet our new king and queen and our teen and all the different folks that are there, and all of the past presidents. If you are a past president of the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, or a past queen, or a teen, or a hostess princess, or
Kings.
king, you're invited to come and participate in the coronation.
Yes.
And if you have questions about the coronation, call Melody.
Yes. At 304-472-1757.
And that's her number at the development office.
That's the development office number.
Okay, so those are some of the things that I know that we're doing. I'm still looking for different mementos of the 75 years of the festival for our office two glass windows there, and Lavera Gillum and Joyce Green are working on mementos, gowns, and all kinds of things for the various windows downtown in the business area. I think most of them are filled, but if you have something you'd like to share, call that festival number 304-472-9036. Refer your question on the windows to either Lavera Gillum or to Joyce Green, and they'll get back to you, and we'll see what we can have there. I'm going to look a little bit at the schedule of events because we have a few new things that we're going to be having. We talked about the 14th, which is going to be special. We're moving that coronation to the first day. And then on Sunday, we have the horse and pull. That's the horse and mule pull, and that's at 1 o'clock at the Bennett Farm. And our gospel sing has been moved to Sunday the 15th, which is one week earlier. And it's going to be at the Virginia Law Center, and that's at 2 o'clock. I don't know who the groups are yet. Ron Pugh and Ed Crawford are working on that, and I'm sure they'll have some really good groups coming in for it. So those are all Sunday events. And, of course, we always encourage you to go to the church of your choice that morning. On Monday the 16th, our headquarters will be open at 8 o'clock that morning, and our headquarters are right almost across from the annex there of the courthouse. So that would be a place that you can come and find out what's going on. Hopefully we'll have programs by then that you could purchase. We also have the Gamble Amusements. That's a biggie.
Right.
We talked about that when Charlena was here. We get this question every year. Where are they going to put the carnival? There's no place to put them. But it works by downtown. It's there, and it fills up the streets, and it fills up parts of Jawbone Park and the side areas, and it's really
it's
amazing.
For everyone.
It is, but it's amazing how they can put so much stuff down there.
Stuff in those areas.
So that will be starting at 6 o'clock on Monday the 16th. On Tuesday, the 17th, the CEO Clubs and Quilters at Heart Guild Quilt Show will be at the Rockefeller Gym up in the right upper deck, and there's an elevator up there. They're going to be asking for you to bring your quilts into that. And the food court's opening on Tuesday this year.
Yes.
And they'll be open from 5 in the evening till 10. And I think they have some entertainment. I'm not sure what all the entertainment is now, but they're going to have that. And something that has just been finalized, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Historical Society, but there's a building almost next door to the festival office. And they're putting together a big presentation for this year featuring the 75 years of the Strawberry Festival. They've also got their, I guess it's their book that they put out every year, and it's featuring 75 years of the festival. They're not going to have the complete presentation, but they're going to be open from 7 till, I guess, how long people want to look. And on Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the evening, you can come to the Historical Society building right there across from the courthouse and go through all the different things that they have collected. And they've collected them from people who have cleaned out their attics or their garages, and when they've passed on, they've left things for the festival. So you might keep in mind if you have something that you'd like to pass on for history of the festival, you can take it to the Historical Society. And again, that's at 7 on Tuesday evening, May the 17th. And also from 7 to 10, that's Spring Street Midway stage where the food court is. That's going to have entertainment. Then on Wednesday, the arrival of the festival royalty will be there. We also have a photography exhibit, and that's in the Blue Room at the Senior Center, and that's from 9 to 5. It starts on Wednesday. And they also have a senior capping contest. Have you ever seen those ladies?
Those ladies.
Well,
really.
and men. Oh my goodness, they are so fast at taking those things off. And also the collaring poster winners, those will be at the festival office. That you could stop in and look at those. The food court is open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. that day. There'll also be quilt judging at the Rockefeller Center. And on Wednesday, we have the Classic West Virginia Wheels Car Cruise In. That's at 5:30 on Main Street. So that's always something that people like to
That's a big attraction.
participate with. And then Gamble is from 6 to 10. Also on Wednesday, it's going to be something special. We haven't had it. We used to have what you call the Strawberry Dessert Theater. This year it'll be the Strawberry Concert, and it'll be done by members of the choral group at the high school, as well as maybe some of the band students.
Right.
I'm not just sure, but it's going to be an evening of music. And they're moving that to Wesley Chapel. That will be at 7 o'clock, and we'll give you more information. I'm not sure if they're going to have strawberry shortcake. They might even have that there, too.
I don't know either. I haven't heard anybody say for sure.
So that's the evening of music. On Thursday is usually our youth day. Some of the same things that we talked about. We'll also be adding a craft sale at Presbyterian Church. That's from 9 to 5. And if you like to bring your babies out and let them crawl, we have a Diaper Derby. That's at 10 o'clock at the courthouse. And then we also have a Droid Art Show. That'll be at the Wesleyan Rockefeller Gym up on the left-hand side. Again, there's an elevator for that. Arts and Crafts are in Rockefeller Gym from 10 to 6. At 10:30 that day on the courthouse after the Diaper Derby is what? The Strawberry Blonde. And they are the cutest little
And
ones.
that's the little ones, and they have a ball.
They sure do. Now, something is going to be added this year at the Senior Center. From 10:30 to 2, they're going to be selling hot dogs and baked goods. So if you're downtown and you want to stop at the Senior Center and get you some hot dogs and see what they have to offer in their baked goods, you're welcome to come. And while you're there, go through the photography exhibit. It's just awesome. Chapel Hill will be doing their old-fashioned sugar cookies and homemade ice cream. How many did they make last year?
They
Do you
made
remember?
1,500 dozen, I think, last year, and sold out before Saturday.
They did. So I don't know how many they're going to do this year. Also at the Senior Center on Thursday is the Checkers and Dominoes tournament, so you might want to get involved with that. We also have something else new, Sandra, that we're going to start this year. We're going to work with Stockert Youth Center. And on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from approximately 3 to 9 or following the parade on Saturday, we're going to have a children's strawberry fair. And that will be located at Stockert Youth Center. We have some special things. We're going to have a glass blower there. Some of the children might be selling their strawberry plants that they're going to grow. There'll be all kinds of fun things for them to do. And we have some other special things that are going to be there for the families to look at and to
That'll be
enjoy. So those are some of the things leading up. Again, we have on Thursday is our Junior Royalty Parade. And Stockert Youth Center has gone one step further. They're going to help us bring back the children's parade that they did in the 1930s, and it's going to be the story of the strawberry with seeds and blossoms and all the fun things.
That'll be fun.
So that'll lead off the Junior Royalty Parade. Entertainment again on Midway, and that's the night they're doing the Bluegrass Jam. It will not be at the courthouse. It will be at the food court down on Spring Street, and that'll be after the Junior Royalty Parade. And, of course, that's the first night for Strawberry Idol. I tell you what, there's a lot of things going on, and we've just gotten through Thursday.
You've got Friday and Saturday yet to go.
Let's take a break or two here for a minute and talk about some of the things that you remember. You know, when you think of 75 years of the festival, I have been trying to write some articles for the newspaper, and I just sent in the next one, which is from 1949 when it started up again through 1958. And it's really interesting how some things have changed, but some things stay the same.
And it had always been that. I think it always, with everything you do, there's always some things that'll stay the same.
Well, we need to keep tradition alive with the festival.
Right, and I think you need that little bit of tradition, as you say. I know, and I was president in 1999 and 2000. We had the Food Network came in and spent the week filmed the Strawberry Festival, and the Allman family graciously took them around town for me that week, and showed them all the places they wanted to go to, and took them around the area, and it was a very favorable production, and it came out on TV, and it came out on the Food Network, and that was kind of an exciting thing. And just during through the years, even when before I ever went on the board, I helped haul the girls. We used to haul the queen and all of her court from Evan Breath Acres, which we fed them over there, and they stayed in private homes in Buchanan, so you picked them up. And so I would spend the weekend taking the girls wherever they needed to go and what they needed to do. And then when I started a family, I kind of went out, and then I went back. And so
that happens with us. That happened to me too.
So then, kind of got back in it again, and but there's just so many things that have happened over the years that are just little spatial things that you think about, and your kids are involved in it, and I was parade director probably for 10 to 12 years.
I remember
and
that.
I went off, and if it hadn't been for my family and all, I probably would have never made it. But they drove cars and run the parade route and caught bands and stuff. So we sit and talk about it. Laugh now, but back then it was some hectic days.
Right. And it's been interesting to see all the different folks. I can remember this was back when I worked with the festival. The first time I was involved, that was in the 60s after I got out of high school, and it was Mona Oldacre that got me into doing that. And I remember at that time they had the gas company there on Main Street. It's about where First Bank is now. And Madeline Olds, Bobby Olds, was working the office. And for some reason, I had to go in there to talk to them about something. And I'm standing there it's like a little counter. And I looked beside me and I saw somebody's belt buckle. And I thought, oh, this can't be. Because I just kept looking up and looking up and looking up. And it was Lurch.
Oh, yes.
I've never seen anybody since that's as tall as that man was. And he was from Philippi.
Yes. Right.
So you never know who you're going to meet.
And downtown on Party Gras, the year we had we brought some big stars back to do that. And the one year, I remember the Main Street was packed from one end to the other. You couldn't even move to get through to go to see whatever you wanted to. And it was just, and they brought the Duke of Hazzards in, and that was such a great thing because the kids, all thought that was great, And so we've done a lot of things, and there's, everybody has a little story that they remember, I'm sure, and got to spend time with their family and stuff. So,
well, I think the Party Gras was a very interesting thing to start. We did that, I think, either the 49th or 50th. I was president in that period of time. And that was something that we'd never really done, is to mark off the whole street. And we worked very, very closely with the emergency folks in case there was something happen. And they were to go a certain way in case of an accident. Well, I happened to be at the courthouse. And I don't think I've ever been any more afraid during the years I've worked with the festival than when I saw not one, not two, but 3 fire trucks coming down 5,000 to 6,000 people, shoulder to shoulder. And it just scared, but no one was hurt. I was so grateful. But there was something that had happened at the Bi-Sci. And so the fire trucks just went right down Main Street.
Yeah.
So there are all kinds of things. And when somebody says, well, how do you plan the festival? You do it with plan A, plan B, and then C if the other two don't work.
Right. And no one knows but us.
Yeah.
Whether it went off right or not.
But it's an interesting thing to be involved with. And I think once you get involved with the festival, it's in your heart forever.
It is.
But sometimes it's time, to just let somebody else do it.
Right.
You get older.
That's right.
And
it's time for young people to start making memories for their families and stuff. And the
True.
Strawberry Festival is a great way, and it's a family tradition, family entertainment, and you don't have to spend any money except on food and carnival rides. Everything else basically is free during the week.
Right. I mean, where can you go for all this entertainment? You can take your lawn chair and watch any of the parades. It's all free. Many places you have to pay to sit and watch it.
You have to pay on the street.
And I wanted to go back to something because we don't have time to go in the next few days, but I want to go back and you share. We have this grand feature parade, but boy, it costs a lot of money. And we have some special sponsors that I thought you might want to share with the folks.
This year, for the parade, we have a budget line of $90,000, and that sounds like a lot of money, I know, but boy, you'd be surprised how fast that budget dwindles. This year, some of my division sponsors are St. Joseph Hospital, the Intermountain newspaper, the City of Buchanan. I've had sponsors for several of the floats. I have the City of Buchanan is, I think, doing a float of their own, plus the King's Float has been sponsored by the city, county, and the chamber. and the Queen's Float's been sponsored by EQT, and so there's a lot of money, or a lot
And
of
especially our West Virginia Lottery.
Right, the West Virginia Lottery this year is going to be the presenting sponsor for the whole parade. So then all the others are just the division to sponsors, but the West Virginia Lottery, and they have done this for a few
Several
years,
yeah.
and if it wasn't for the lottery, we would not be able to do all the things. And because of that, we get to do live TV and get to show it to approximately 450,000 households across the viewing area.
And then I want to thank MPL, who is sponsoring our streaming, and that gives you, if you have family that lives way out west or in another country or whatever, if they have a computer, they can go on this streaming that they do live while the parade is going down Strawberry Lane, and they can watch it any place in the world. So we're really fortunate with some of the things we've been able to do, and it's cooperation.
And we're one of the few parades in the state of West Virginia that is live televised, so, and that's a big thing, I think, for us. So, and a lot of people look forward to it,
Well, I appreciate you coming, Sandra,
you're welcome.
and I know you've been working really hard, and you have some other helpers that are helping you, and we all try to work together, and we're hoping to bring you one of the best parades we've had in many, many years.
Yes.
And it is the 75th West Virginia Strawberry Festival Diamond Jubilee. And we'll be back next week, and we'll share some more things that are going on with this festival. And if you're interested in participating, being a sponsor, or maybe doing something else and volunteering, call that festival number 304-472-9036. And thank you to Tenerton Auto Service for all of the help in making sure you get to see all this information on the festival. If you have a service need for your vehicle, call 472-2174. That's Tenerton Auto right here in Tenerton. And we'll see you next week. Have a good evening.